Hey everyone, my name is Nick McClary. I'm a third-year student in the Doctor of Physical Therapy program at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, and I'm also a personal trainer. Today's segment is fitness equipment. What is this and what do I do with it? Today I want to talk to you about resistance bands. Now, resistance bands are a very versatile piece of equipment. You can take them with you wherever you go. You can throw them in a bag, take them with you when you travel in a hotel room or so, or you can keep them in your dorm room for when the gym is closed. And you can get a nice total body workout with some resistance training with the bands with very little equipment. So here I've got 3 different bands I'm going to talk to you about. The first is kind of just a giant rubber band basically. It's one that's typically used for powerlifting. It's got a little bit more tension in it. And the benefits of this one, you can usually find these on the internet. They're not as common, not around as much. But this one you can tie to band pegs on the bottom and put them around the bar to squat. Or you can even hook them onto ends of barbell and up under the bench and use them to bench as well. The next band is typically what you find in a physical therapy clinic, although this one is a good bit stronger than most of the ones you'll see. But this is just your typical flat TheraBand. It's cut straight out of a box. And this one right here is your tube TheraBand. This is a type, since it has handles, it's usually used a little bit more for exercise as opposed to therapy. But of course there's therapy bands with handles and such as well. So each of these will have a different tension about them. Tensions usually vary depending on color. The colors aren't standard, it all depends on the company. So you can just look up whatever bands you have, look up the company, and try and figure out how do you go to a higher tension, what colors equal a higher tension or lower tension, and that's how you can adjust your workout to get more resistance or less resistance. So I want to demonstrate just a few exercises, some total body exercises, upper body as well as lower body. The first I'll cover our pushing movements. So say with this band for instance, I can hook it right behind me and I can perform a chest press, just like a push-up or a bench press. And that just wraps around my back. It's even better if I wanted more tension, and if I had a pole right behind me, I could just loop it around the pole as such and then press away. Or I could also get on the ground and perform a push-up. Just to get a little bit of added resistance. To round out the pressing movements, I could also do a standing overhead press. I could also do this kneeling if I wanted to, or with both arms. Now to balance out the pressing movements, I can do some pulling movements. Just wrap around any pole. If it was up higher, I could do this standing, but since it's lower, I'll kneel down and I can get some rowing movements. I can pull it close to me and low, or I can even pull high for some more variation. And also, to try and simulate a little bit more of a pull-up and to stress your back in a little bit different way, I can lean forward and do something similar to a pull-down. And again, I can go out wide, or I can come in close and go underhand. Another great back exercise that I really like to prescribe to a lot of patients that I see, if they're able, is band pull-aparts. It's very good for your shoulders, very good for shoulder health. So really I recommend that everyone does them. Start out with a band about shoulder width apart. Simply pull straight out. Hold at the back. Take it nice and easy and not too fast. You can do it overhand like this, or you can switch around and do it underhand. That's a great exercise for shoulder health. Lastly, a few lower body exercises. We can stand on the band, bring the handles up right around our shoulders, and we can perform squats. Just to get some added resistance for our legs. And lastly, we can perform what's called a drop lunge. Stand on the band with one foot. Make sure you're fully on the band so it doesn't shoot up and hit you. Get it up around your shoulders and step straight back into a drop lunge. So it's the same as a regular lunge, except for you're going to step your foot back instead of forward. So I hope that gives you a little bit of information about resistance bands. Hopefully you understand them a little bit better and understand a few of the exercises that you can do with them.